not gonna wear it.
Maybe.
Am I still gonna get a bagel?
I don't know, listen to
Yes.
music.
Dude, your eyes are
It's a
like
dog.
Chinese.
I'm Chinese.
Do my eyes look Chinese?
No, you look retarded.
I'm Chinese.
Mommy, is your shirt on right?
What?
Is your shirt on right? Let me see. Is it not backwards?
No.
Because I could see the... Oh, no, you're right. Okay. Stop that. Stop that. Why are you doing that?
Nos trajimos las gotas. Bueno, en la farmacia pasamos para recoger.
Mike, don't do that. You're not a whale.
Do whales do that?
Venga la...
My cup overfloweth. Down.
Down. But that door is open.
I don't care. Down.
It's kind of a construction though. So it's open. We don't have to sit outside. Hi, camera.
Come on, Budinskis.
Brings. Thank you.
Gotta come. Out the way.
Everything in my hands are gonna fall. Thank you.
Give me the bag, Mike. Thank you, Daddy. Hold the door for me, please.
Okay, you're talking to me.
No, I'm talking to your mother. Thank you. How's it going?
Maybe we were on the elevator down. It was gonna stop at the 8th floor, but then I just kept closing the closed door button.
Yeah.
Then it didn't stop.
Yeah, because we were late. We went down at 7:41 and we're supposed to go at 7:40.
We were real
Still
late.
made it on the bus.
You're lucky, because I would have been pissed off if I had to wake up early for you guys. Take you to damn school in the...
Miss
Cow.
Narski, I think she's the strictest teacher I know.
She's the
She's
what?
getting married, the most strict teacher I know.
Why?
She takes him very seriously.
Good. Good, that's how it should be. Make you guys
The
exercise.
music teacher's mean. No, she's not. She's really nice to me because I'm in chorus.
No, we sit down and she tells us to stand up, and then we sit down, and then she tells us to sit down and stand up, and I'm like, so I just decided to sit down or sit somewhere else.
I don't think anyone understands what you're saying.
Yeah.
She told me to sit down and then stand
Anyone
up.
have keys?
Yeah,
No.
I do.
Good.
That's part of the song.
I have to leave you in the bathroom because you don't understand that.
Okay, today is,
18.
is it?
Yeah.
Tuesday, September the 18th, 2018. And I'm gonna give Bella her little gift. Don't look, don't look.
Sorry.
Sit straight, stand straight. All right, I hope you like it. It's nothing big, okay? But I hope you like it. 'Cause
The dog pooped
I
over
saw it and I got it for you with a whole bunch of cariño because I was like, damn, she's probably gonna like it. Okay, pay attention. Ready?
You want me to go next?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Take a look. Hope you like it.
Wait, then why did I close my eyes and it was in the bag? Say you're gonna take it out the bag. Wait, are these flowers? I can't see. Wait, what is this? This is match with.
Mm-hmm.
Is this for you?
It's for you.
Oh, my face is too small for me. I can't tie it on.
I'll tie it on for you. Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Because if you don't, I'll return it. Let me know.
I have Crayola money too.
If you don't like it, let me know.
Why is
It's a coupon. If you don't like it, let me
this
know.
a coupon?
Hello? If you don't like it, let me know. That costs a lot of money. I'll return it. Yeah, I mean, sweetie, if you don't like it, it's okay. I don't mind. I'll just get you something that you will like. Let's try it on for real. See how it fits. Come here.
I want to put it on down.
Now you also got me this.
Come here, come here, come here. Yeah, I brought that here. Come on, Bella. Stand next to me so I can try it on.
Somewhere.
Right, face that way.
I'm missing it.
Let's see if it'll fit you.
If it doesn't.
If you don't like it, babe, it's okay. I'm not gonna get upset. Is it on your face?
No.
Crap. Well, position it then. I don't know where your face is. Is it positioned?
We just scare mommy with it.
Alright, is it positioned?
Yeah. Wait. Okay.
I see a cheek. Okay. There we go.
Ow. I think it's ow.
Yeah, I don't think you like it. It's alright, babe. I'll return it.
Ow, stab me.
I'll find something else. It's okay. Don't worry.
Oh, it's sweaty.
Sorry, I tried.
It's okay, Daddy.
I tried to get you something you like. I got Michael a Lego thing because of this, too. Oh well. I'll return it. Ugh.
Did I not write anything else in here except for this note that's in here?
Yeah, apparently.
Wait, what's in the note? What's in the note? What's in the note? What's it? Here's the note.
Oh,
Wait.
you have a note in there.
No, but it's a script book.
Ah, damn it.
I was about to read it. I only drew one character here. I drew family book and I never used it.
Okay. Don't worry, I don't feel bad. It's okay. I want to make sure that you like it. And if you don't like it, it's alright. I'll return it and I'll exchange it for something else.
You sound like you don't. You sound like you don't feel okay.
No, I'm serious.
It's
fine.
okay, Father.
No, baby, I'm not joking. It's okay. Like, if you don't like it, I don't want to freaking spend money on something you're not gonna like.
Oh, look at my
Slap
friend.
explosion. Hold on. You.
Remember this hat from my mom?
Wait, what was that, Mike? What was the funny face you made at boxing? What are you, a freaking cow?
Daddy, last night, remember when I woke up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you hear me screaming at the people?
Yeah, you were like,
Yeah, I called the cops on them and everything. Freaking
Why?
ghetto ass people. Because they were playing music on the balcony and talking mad loud.
Oh, I didn't know they were playing music. I thought they were.
And then I got into a screaming match with them. Did you hear me, Mommy? You heard me?
I heard you too. It was funny. Michael, you hit the wall. You rolled and. I heard a sound.
Unit 416. What?
Huh?
What? Because these stupid, who knows what ghetto neighborhood they came from, they were in the balcony playing music, smoking, and talking. Isabela se despertó. Today is Tuesday, September 17, 2018. Put on my black mask. Now let's go see the tutor's reaction to it.
9, 10. Oh yeah, 10.
How's he doing?
Is that Halloween?
What?
Is that Halloween?
What? The mask?
Yeah. Cute. I was almost about to scream.
Why?
Is that a camera?
Yeah.
You're
it's my
recording me without asking for my permission.
I wanted to record your reaction to the black mask.
Yeah, sorry,
Hey,
I'm
Daddy.
climax.
Yeah.
Can we do?
Alright, a couple of updates. Today is Wednesday, September 19, 2018. I'm heading to the State Street Diner, I think it's called, in Bloomfield. Gonna have a meeting with the translation team for New Jersey. Finally, we are getting translations in New Jersey after much prodding on my behalf, me asking for it. I'm not leading it, which is a little bit disappointing because I am, in my opinion, the most qualified for it. But the reason why I'm not leading it is because I burned a few bridges in church, meaning that, you know, because I was still working on my character and how I speak to people and things like that. Kind of temporarily burnt a couple of bridges, and I think that they feel that I'm not ready yet to lead bigger initiatives. So I'm a leader, right? But like a big initiative, like, you know, where you're managing a whole team, I don't think, especially something new in particular, I don't think they're ready to let me do that just yet. And it's fine, because I needed to learn a few things, and I'm glad I had the experience. So that's where I'm heading now. My goal is to translate as best as I can and as often as I can, and not to criticize and not to criticize the things that I don't agree with, which is generally what gets me in trouble. So I'm just gonna, you know, be supportive, and if they do a sucky job, they do a sucky job. I'm just gonna do the best job that I can do in translating, and you know, I'll ask questions and thereby highlight things, but you know, it's their show, and I'm just a supporting role. I noticed that in my life in general, taking that approach helps me a lot. Helps me at work. People like me a lot more, and I'm being more productive and getting more business done. On a different topic, I might have a recording before this one where I recorded my going into a gun range in Woodland Park, New Jersey, called Gun for Hire. Let me explain a little bit more detail as to what I'm trying to do there. So, as I mentioned before, I did survive the September 11 terrorist attacks, and someday I'll tell you guys the story about it on this video. But as a result of that, I am cautious and careful when it comes to our surroundings, and I wish I could be able to protect and defend you guys in the event of a terrorist attack. In particular, the type of terrorist attacks like what has happened, you know, recently all across the world. People going into clubs or malls with guns, shooting up restaurants, things like that. I'm gonna pause the video and restart. So, I personally, my view on guns, because that's the topic of conversation, is I do believe in the Second Amendment right for all American citizens to legally conceal and carry a weapon. I do think that there should be background checks and things of the sort to make sure that, you know, random crazy folk or drug dealers, you know, can't just buy a gun because they want to. But for normal people like me, professionals who just want to be able to protect their family, especially in a world where terrorism is still a reality, I think we should be able to carry guns. Our current government does not, and it's not Trump's fault, it's just the government, period. If anything, Trump is trying to help fix this. But the current laws of this land do not allow you to carry and conceal a weapon on your body. So you can own a handgun, but you can only own it in your apartment, and you can only transport it from home to the gun range, and that's it. Aside from that, you can keep it in your car when you're transporting it, but if you're not transporting it to the gun range, you can't have it. And if you cross state lines, you're breaking the law. So I could be, let's say, in a club, or that's a poor example, a restaurant or a museum with you guys, or a holiday parade in the city, and I wouldn't be allowed to carry my gun on me and protect you if all of a sudden some terrorist holds us in and we're not able to, you know, get out, and I gotta shoot my way out. I can't do it legally. So my idea for this, to overcome this, is as follows. Very soon, in the next few weeks, assuming I continue with this game plan, I'm going to go through what I mentioned before called SOAR training, spelled S-O-A-R, which stands for Security Officer Armed something or other. And then I'm also going to get my permit, and I'll go through different sets of training that is available through this place, Gun for Hire, and then they're going to help me find part-time employment as an executive bodyguard, which pretty much means that I'll be able to, once I get formally hired as an executive bodyguard, I'll be able to, there's no parking in, oh, good. I'll be able to then ask for what's called a letter of need. The letter of need is what you supply to the police and the state requesting a permit to conceal and carry. So that's the game plan. And once I get the conceal and carry, even if they don't give it to me, my game plan is to work as a part-time executive bodyguard and to make you guys my clients. I don't know yet the logistics of how I'm gonna work this out, or if it'll even work, but the idea seems really good, and you know, based on my research, I think it'll work. So that's why I was at the gun range today. Hopefully I'll be able to make it happen, and yeah, conceal and carry. So that's it for now. I'm at the State Street Grill, or whatever the hell you call it. I'm gonna head inside to see who these other translators are. I honestly don't think they're gonna be as good as I am, but you know what? I gotta share. I can't be all about me, and it's all good. As long as people get good translations, I'm happy. All right, kids. Hopefully you can see me, because I'm driving, but I turned on the light because I want you guys to see me, and I want to make sure I don't delete this recording. But I'm in the process of learning a very important lesson that I want to share with you guys, and it's the concept of being a servant leader, maybe even a humble servant leader. So pretty much the background story goes that I've been a leader in many capacities at work, you know, organization-wise, church-wise. I've done a lot of leadership things. But this last year, actually the last couple of years, I really feel like God has been working on this new aspect of me, which is humbling me and making me be more of a follower, servant, before being a leader. And I say that to share it with you because what I'm learning is that the best leaders are the people who first are willing to submit and humble themselves to the people that they report up to, and listen to what they say, take their guidance, even if they don't agree, but then learn to master the art of humbly asking the right questions, not all questions, right? To pause, to decide, is this the right question? Is this something that I really need to point out? Is this something that needs to be brought to the attention of someone? Or is this something that maybe that leader will figure out on their own? Something that isn't that big of a deal and that I don't have to point out? And putting myself in a position where even if I'm not leading, I'm being the best that I can be to help that leader be the best that they can be. I think it's hard to explain. I guess only through experience will you yourself be able to better understand what I'm saying. But just learn the art of being a servant leader. Someone who starts with, how can I help you? And also someone who, so to give you the quick example with this translation team, this meeting that I just went to that I told you guys about. You know, the truth is, the woman who's leading it, I'm 50 times more qualified than her. I've been translating professionally for 10 years at multiple churches. I've translated a Hillsong NYC on multiple occasions. I know the ins and outs of how translations happens at Hillsong. I've led multiple teams of multiple people at the national level, the local level. I could set up translations in 24 hours and get it done, and even do it out of my own pocket if I wanted to, right? The woman who's leading translations, however, wow, what an amazing story this is. The woman who is leading translations has never led anything at Hillsong before. How amazing is that? So literally, what God did was, he took the most qualified, wow, listen to this. God took the most qualified person and humbled him and made him a servant, and then took the least qualified person and made that person the leader. So that way, the most qualified person could learn the importance of being a servant leader and humbling himself. That's what I believe happened here, and that's what I believe God is trying to teach me and work in my heart right now, which is the idea of being okay with not having to lead everything and letting others lead and allowing myself to be led. Hopefully you guys will learn something from that. I think it's a very powerful moment in my life, and it's amazing. I love it. And yeah, all right, I'll record more and, you know, later. Take care. Why is this genius in the left lane? This is the most interesting thing I've seen all day. Holy crap. They're still in the wrong lane. Well, now they're back in the right lane. I want to see who this person is. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Alright fam, today is Friday, September 21st, 2018. The reason why I'm recording is because I've decided that I'm going to try the whole injection thing one more time. I paid a lot of money for those damn injections, so it makes sense for me to at least try one more time. And why I'm trying now is because I just weighed myself and I'm at 189. I haven't recorded for the last 24 to 48 hours because I don't know what the hell it was that I ate. I think it was the mozzarella sticks at that State Street diner that is probably in the last video where I went to meet with Hillsong translation team. But that night, oh my goodness, my stomach was just like bloated. It might have been the kale pictate because I take kale pictate in liquid form or actually it's called Gaviscon, but I take this stuff here, right? Which is a liquid form of an antacid, which is supposed to help me not cough. And it does, I think, help. And I did a liquid form because it was kind of like an immediate reaction kind of a thing. But that night, I took like 4 swigs of it, so I don't know if maybe that's what it was. But in either event, I wasn't feeling well at all, and my body was hurting from like just because I was using egg weights for the fighting, so my muscles were jacked up. I've been working a lot lately this last week, so in either event, that's why I didn't record. And since I lost weight because of my stomach being bad and me not eating pretty much, I'm at 189, so I'm at a good starting point. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully I'll stick to it, and hopefully I'll at least hit 170 or 180 for crying out loud. Wish me luck. Alright kids, I'm giving you an update on I'm not doing the injections, and the reason why is because I went looking for the list of what I'm allowed to eat and not allowed to eat. I reminded myself, or remembered, I just don't think the diet's plausible. They want you to eat 1 apple at 11 a.m., then have a small salad with no seasoning, no dressing, nothing on it at 12:30. Then another apple and another small salad with no seasoning, no dressing, and that's it. And maybe 1 more apple. I just don't think it's feasible. And why torture myself if I don't think that I'm going to complete the process, meaning that I don't think that I'm going to stick to it. So, one thing to learn from this experience though is I took a $500 loss on these injections. I walked in, saw it, the idea made sense to me, and I jumped on it. What I should have done was paused, left, asked your mother about it, and she would have knocked some sense into me, and I'd be $500 richer today. That's it. I'm going to work now. On a slightly different note, I am now in front of the restaurant called Old San Juan 2 Express Puerto Rican Food. I've driven by this place a couple of times and it's grabbed my attention because it's Puerto Rican food, and Puerto Rican food can be very, very, very tasteful. So I'm gonna find out and see how the food tastes. Hopefully it's clean inside. I'm sure it will be. It looks nice on the outside so far. They have outside seating, and let's give it a try, see how it goes. Okay, well, I left the Puerto Rican restaurant, and a couple of comments. The food was so-so. It wasn't. It was kind of like more like, you know, food made at home, if you will. The mojito, which is like a combination of garlic, lemon juice, sazon Goya, and olive oil. That was dope. Not a lot of seasoning on the white rice or beans, because I guess that's where the mojito comes in, and on the side. The chicken was kind of a little bit dry, but whatever. Here's what I really want you to hear. I might come back to this place just because the owner was very nice to me. She's a Christian. I was at the bar area. Not really a bar, but they don't serve liquor, but it's what I guess is supposed to be a bar. And we were talking, and you know, had a really good conversation with her. And what we were talking about specifically is the need for forgiveness. Particularly because I was talking about the video that I mentioned to you in the last couple of videos that I record for you guys, and that some idiot client found and, you know, made judgments about me based on those videos, although it wasn't meant for him. But also, you know, I spoke to her about that, and I spoke to her about how, you know, my mom is hypercritical, and I guess the point that she was making is that sometimes the root cause of depression is that we are not able to forgive someone, truly forgive someone, and let it go. And I think that is the case with me, even in the case of with this client, or prospective client, because he's not a client. I mean, I'll forget it. I'll get over it, you know. Probably forget about it as early as tomorrow, if not early as tonight. But it'd be better if I did, you know, forget it and just forgive him and move on a lot sooner. You know, but my mom is really the bigger issue. As you kids know, I don't have a good relationship with her, and the reason why is because she's really hurt me when it comes to her hyper criticisms of me. And I think that a lot of, in fact, not that I think, I know that a lot of the insecurities that I have dealt with throughout my life, and my feelings of inadequacy, of not being enough, primarily come from my mother, you know, just never being enough for her. Still hurts me even now, like talking about it and thinking about it. You know, like for example, she would always compare me against the sons of her best friend, you know, because they were doing really well in school. You know, how come you can't be like Caesar and Jeff, or Caesar and Coco, or whatever, Jeff and Coco, whatever the fucking names were, you know? They're getting good grades. Well, they also were going to the best school in fucking Queens. And who knows what else the parents were doing to help them. And although I've realized that when people criticize you and condemn you, they're doing it because of their own weaknesses, because of their own self-hatred, it's still tough, because when you live life listening to this silent voice that you're not good enough, you know, and it wasn't just my mother, it was, you know, also the fact that I was abandoned by my father. I wasn't good enough for my father to stay in my life, you know, like he left me pretty much when I was born, because, not because there was anything wrong with me, I get that now. He was irresponsible and just didn't want to deal with my mother. Surprise, surprise. But still, you know, when you grow up thinking that you weren't good enough for your father to stay around, you know, it beats you up inside. And then in high school, to be picked on by kids and, you know, told that I'm gay when I wasn't, just because I had a funny Spanish accent, you know, it destroys you. It makes you think that there's something wrong with you, you know, and to be bullied. So it's all those things that I deal with and that I struggle with, and that it's hard for me to just get by and forgive. And I don't know how to yet. I still haven't figured it out, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. But that is certainly the root cause of a lot of the damage that I feel inside. Who the fuck are these people? But they're all, it must be some type of presidential candidate or something. Or some governor or something. Or some diplomat, who knows. But see, that's the type of executive bodyguard stuff that I'd like to be able to do. It's pretty cool. Today is Friday, September 21st, 2018, and we're heading to some party or something that the building is having to say goodbye to the summer. Michael, Isabella, wait for me. What's up, Mikey? Oh, there's Zora. Hi, Zora.
Over there.
Yeah, put it somewhere, don't lose it. There's Mike playing with all his Indian friends in Harmon Cove Towers, which is cool, I guess. But I love it that he has a social life. And Isabella's over here with Zora running around.